to me and my house. This week was a super fun week for our family. We started off, we got in some good running. I got in a couple solo runs, got in some really good runs with Bailey, and even took an unexpected tumble where I just flew through the air, tumbled across the ground during a run, and you're going to see that. Okay, so it is, I guess it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Natalie and Bailey are still sleeping. We were out super late last night, really way later than we normally are. But it gives me a chance to get up here kind of with the sunrise, a little bit after, and go for a run this morning. Probably go for a run or a hike with Natalie and Bailey a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to go for a run on my own, see if I can knock in 4 miles before they wake up. Out in this field, and every year we come out here and we pick these apples. You can see them starting to get ready. Really nice tree. So when Bailey and I run, we come by this tree a lot to check on it. See how the fruit's maturing and when we can come harvest it. Alright, I got back in from my run and found Bailey awake and ready. Ready to go run? Yes. How far do you want to run today, Bailey? You don't know?
Well, at least until I get tired.
Until you get tired and then we'll turn back? Alright, let's get going. It's, what is it, Sunday morning, getting ready to go for a run. Got some good sleep last night. We got to sleep in a little bit. So I'm going to take off and run. Today we have, I'm going to come back and then get a run in with Bailey. Then we're running up to a mountain biking trail for Bailey's real first trail ride. So it should be a fun day today. I got back from my run. I got in just over 4 miles and found Bailey all dressed up and ready. So we're going to take off and do our run today. We're going to go wherever she wants to go, as far as she wants to go, and then we'll just see where the road leads us. I was looking at traffic, not looking at some separation in the sidewalk for the concrete, and took a tumble, threw the camera, threw my water bottle, and almost ran over Bailey, but
I just like that.
Yeah, thanks for catching me.
Well, I did that.
All right, let's get going again. And then from there, Bailey and I, well, first off, Natalie's been kind of sick this week, fighting off a cold or something. So Bailey and I did a lot of things together. So Bailey and I went for her first ever trail ride on her mountain bike. She has a Trek Superfly, and got her first chance to get out on a trail and get challenged with roots and challenged with rocks and challenged with some incline and decline. Super fun time. I had a hard time running to keep up with her. All right, Bailey and I are out. Gonna do her first official mountain bike ride trail. And you excited? Mm-hmm. Is you sure?
Yes.
Let me see if I can show you. She's got this bike. We got it for her for her birthday. It's a Trek Superfly. It's a full-fledged children's mountain bike. Really super amazing bike. Something I wish I had had when I was her age. So we're gonna hop out here. It's really windy today. It's beautiful. This is a pretty easy trail. It starts off really easy and then it gets more technical with some roots and rocks and some steeper areas. But it's gonna give Bailey a great chance to get used to doing some trail riding. She's wanted to do this for a while. We are all done. Finished the ride. We met the resident park ranger here. He was out on a super cool full suspension mountain bike, and he gave Bailey a bell.
Can't you hear it?
Do it. Yep, he gave her that bell so when she's approaching people on the trail, she can give them a little warning. And 3 miles, her first ever trail ride. We also did a really neat hike to the summit of Chief Mountain. Chief Mountain is kind of one of the smaller mountains that surrounds Mount Evans. It gives you great, amazing views of Mount Evans. You can see a whole bunch of 14er mountain peaks. And we got to see a whole bunch of really old, probably 600, maybe 800-year-old bristlecone pines and how they're just weathered up in that alpine condition. And it was a really nice hike, about a 5-mile loop that we did. It was a lot of fun. We are at the base of Chief Mountain. I think this one peaks out just over 12,000 feet. Either way, we're getting up above the tree line. So we're getting ready to start our hike now. So we stopped to take a break here for lunch. We didn't eat lunch before we left the house. And I think we got about a mile to go before we summit Chief Mountain. And we're here just below the tree line, so we're starting to get up to some really cool pines. We'll shoot some more video of pines in a minute. But right now, we're getting our snack. How is that?
Cookie.
Pumpkin? You can see the view behind us. Pretty awesome view for our lunch break. Okay, wanted to shoot a little bit of this bristlecone pine. I'm going to kind of walk around it. The bristlecone pines, at least in this part of Colorado, are the trees that you're going to find up at the tree line. They are the toughest of the evergreens. They can handle the most extreme conditions, the high winds, the horrible, horrible cold winters, the droughts, the tremendous amount of sunlight during the long summer days, and a whole lot of darkness in the short winter days. And they can handle it. And you can see, let me zoom in really close, see if we can see it. So here's the cones being set on the bristlecone. They're really beautiful. They kind of have a purple color. It probably doesn't show up so well on the camera. This right here, just this little bit where my finger is into the tip of this bristlecone is what it did the whole year. That's all it's going to get for the season. So up at this altitude, they get, you know, a ½ an inch, maybe an inch of growth for an entire year, and that's it. That's all they get. You can see Bailey sitting on this trunk. This particular bristlecone, probably my estimation, is at least 800 years old, maybe more. Here's some cones that were set maybe last year, maybe the year before. It's hard to really tell. You can see these are starting to mature now. These are probably from last year. These are the new ones from this year. So take a look at this bristlecone. Bailey, can you go stand next to that guy? This bristlecone pine, we hiked down a little ways to get down to it because we saw it off the path a little bit. And you can see here how hard the winters have been on this guy. He's leaning over really hard because the breeze is predominantly blowing across the tree this way. So officially above the tree line now, there'll be a couple bristlecone that you're still going to see, like that one we just walked past. But for the most part, you can see no trees around us to speak of. Nothing that's any taller than I am, that's for sure. So pretty cool to be up here at this altitude. It's amazing they can even grow up here at all. Alright, we are officially at the summit of Chief Mountain. It was a really nice hike. I think it's about 2.5 miles from where we started to the summit. Let me see if I can swing this around, and off in the distance, right there behind us, is Mount Evans. Another fun thing we got to do, we love working in our yard, we love working in our garden, and we did kind of the finishing touches of the foundational work for our garden. We have our garden kind of set up in berms, and between those berms, the different rows that we have, we put mulch all in between those rows so we're not walking in mud, we're not getting our feet all muddy whenever we water, we're keeping our feet clean, and it just makes it a whole lot nicer place to be out in our yard. And we got to also harvest a whole bunch of vegetables, squash and bell peppers and all kinds of cucumbers and other peppers, and we're just starting to see our tomatoes come in. So that has been a lot of fun this week. Composting now for a couple years. We haven't built a formal composting pit or area, so we've been using these nursery pots. When we put the garden in this year, we took all of our compost, tilled it into the garden, so we've been starting to compost again. So you can see everything that comes out of our garden, comes out of our kitchen: eggshells, banana peels, onions, beets, I mean, you name it, it all goes in here.
And
then
also lemons.
and also lemons too. And then also, there's a local coffee house here in Colorado, Fika Coffee House. Really cool coffee house. If you're in the area, go check out Fika Coffee House. They make really good coffee, great pastries too. Every time I go in there, they give me a bag of coffee grounds. They kind of hold it for me. They've been really good about that. So we're gonna dump some coffee grounds in here. Goes into our compost. Really helps break down the rest of the compost. Okay, so Bailey's going to tell you what we harvest today out of our garden. So we kind of do this every day. What do we harvest? Lay it out on the table and see what we came up with.
So, these are some carrots.
Little tiny carrots, the first 3 that we harvested, so they're pretty small.
These are banana peppers. These are jalapeno peppers. Basil. Squash.
Okay, so this is what we harvested today. It's just fun to do this in the backyard. So there we go. So another fun thing we did, we went up to Idaho Springs. It's a really neat mining town, an old kind of historic looking mining town. And Idaho Springs is where the original Beau Jo's pizza, Colorado's very own style of pizza. Beau Jo's is the company that really invented Colorado style pizza, and that was a lot of fun. We were able to go there with my parents who were still in town with us at the time. And if you come to Colorado, you come anywhere near Denver and some of the other mountain towns, check out a Beau Jo's Pizza. It is worth the drive if you have to drive a little bit to get there. Even if you have to drive a lot, it's a great experience. Hey, we are in Idaho Springs. If you come to Colorado, come check out Idaho Springs. It's a really cool old mining mountain town. Still looks pretty historic with the old buildings. We're going to check out Colorado's own Beau Jo's Pizza tonight. It is an authentic, not New York style, not Chicago style, but it is a Colorado original style pizza. Really cool place. We'll shoot some video inside the restaurant and check it out. Another thing we did this week, Natalie and Bailey, every week they go over to Farm Share. Sometimes I get to go with them as well. And it's this local organic farm that we do. And they always have great produce for us to complement what we grow in our own garden.
Bailey and I are here at the farm and we're going to pick up all of our vegetables for the week.
Finished up our week the way we always do, eating in our backyard right here at this table, cooking out something on the grill, and just trying to spend as much time as we can together as a family through the course of the week. So thanks for checking in. If this has been an encouragement with you to get out and get active, explore, exercise, schedule family time, if it's been an encouragement to you, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for checking out me and my house.